I don't know when it started turning into something I couldn't name. At the time, it just felt intense. Like one of those connections that doesn't follow the normal rules, so you stop trying to measure it and just let it exist. We met during a rough stretch for both of us. Nothing dramatic at first, just long conversations that kept stretching later into the night. The kind where you say things you didn't plan to say, where you realize halfway through that you've been talking for 3 hours and don't remember how it happened. We learned each other's histories fast. The mistakes, the regrets, the things we'd never said out loud before. It felt honest in a way that scared me. There was nothing overt at the beginning, no lines crossed. But there was closeness. A lot of it. Sitting too close, lingering looks that lasted a second too long, jokes that carried weight even when we pretended they didn't. If someone had asked me back then what was going on, I would have said nothing, and technically I wouldn't have been lying. What complicates it is that one of us wasn't available, not in the obvious way, no cheating, no sneaking around, just committed elsewhere. And I told myself that because nothing physical happened, because we never said the words out loud, it was fine, that I was being respectful, that I was doing the right thing. But emotional boundaries don't break all at once. They erode. I became the person they leaned on first, the one they texted when something went wrong, the one who knew what their silence meant, who could tell when they were spiraling just from a few words. I told myself I was just being supportive, that this was what being there for someone looked like. Still, there were moments I replay now and cringe at how obvious they feel in hindsight. The way the room would change when it was just us, the tension I pretended not to notice, the fact that I felt disappointed when they talked about their partner, even though I acted supportive, the way my chest tightened when I imagined a future that didn't include me in it at all. I never made a move, but I also never stepped back. Eventually, something shifted. They pulled away slightly, not dramatically, just enough to feel it. Shorter replies, less warmth, more distance disguised as busyness. And instead of accepting it, I panicked. I tried harder, checked in more, asked if everything was okay when what I really meant was, are we still whatever this was? That was the beginning of the end. We never had a confrontation. There was no big blow-up, no confession, no closure, just a quiet fading. One day I realized I was the only one reaching out, and then I stopped. Now, with space, I see the truth I avoided at the time. I didn't cheat. I didn't cross the obvious line. But I crossed something. I let myself emotionally occupy a space that wasn't mine to take. I let myself want something I knew I couldn't have, and instead of walking away, I lingered. What messes with me is that I don't know how they saw it. Maybe it was nothing to them. Maybe it was real and they did the responsible thing by pulling back. Maybe they noticed what I couldn't admit to myself yet. I'll never know. All I know is that I still think about it more than I should. Not because I want to go back, but because I'm trying to understand who I was in it. Whether I was lonely and reaching or selfish and pretending I wasn't. Whether I was a safe place or just convenient. There's no villain here. No big moral failure. Just two people standing too close to a line and pretending not to see it until it disappeared underneath them. I don't talk about it with anyone because there's nothing concrete to explain. No event. No confession. Just a quiet regret that lives in the space between what happened and what almost did.